I replayed Patrick Bet-David's reel from about a year ago, and this one hit Joel, so that's why I want to share it. And so there's three types of people, and I've been thinking a lot about one of the most recent podcasts that he had mid-March, and they talked about the feedback and the type of advice that you get based upon what level of the game you want to play. And so I was kind of like trying to figure out, because I'm helping Jacob and Elizabeth Weaver with the rally out in Seattle coming up at the end of the month. So we've got a stellar lineup. Georgia's speaking. We've got Carrie, who's head of luxury, obviously Jacob and Elizabeth being luxury, and we've got Holly and Kendall from EXP there. And we also have Glenn coming in, and Mr. Phil Stringer. And Phil gets the honor to question around and fireside chat with Glenn. And so after lunch, I get to tee them up. And Jacob wants me to talk about the 8 stages of real estate and what it takes to move from one level to the next, and what's holding you back, what's not able to get you to certain points. So I was kind of going through, and I was tying the 3 types of people with the right type of advice based upon the 8 stages. So that's kind of what the presentation is going to be. It's going to kind of flow through that. And the 3 types of people at Bet-David, if you haven't listened to it, just go to Instagram, and then you could type in Bet-David 3 types of people, Patrick Bet-David 3 types of people. It'll come back up. And it's essentially, he's talking about his experience when his son's soccer team was playing the #1 team in the country and didn't even realize it. But what he identified, there's 3 types of people. You're either interested, committed, or obsessed. Those are the 3 types of people. And Joel coming in had a problem that he's looking to solve. And he's like, fuck, I'm not even interested. How can I be committed, let alone obsessed? And so listening to that was fantastic. And then so my brain goes, okay, well, he's talking about 3 types of advice that you can get, that we can all get. And what he's saying is the 20% advice to be in the top 20% of anything. That's the attaboy, show up, put in the hard work, focus on your scripts, your dialogues, pick up, make dials, have the conversations. That's the advice to be in the top 20%. So let's take this into what it means to be in real estate. I think NAR reported about 1.1 agents coming out of 24 going into 25. That's not how many licensed agents, but that's just the NAR statistic, 1.1. Okay, 20%. So if you just show up every day and you're interested, you can make the top 20%. So you can be in the 220,000 agents. Let's say, and we know the 73% didn't sell a home statistic is bullshit, because the reason it's bullshit is because you have teams, you have massive mega teams. Everything runs through one person. They may have 150 agents on their team. 149 didn't sell anything, but 1 did. And they did 1,000 transactions, right? That's why the number is bullshit. But I would say 50-50, if not maybe 55-45. 55 didn't sell a house, 50 didn't sell a house. So if you go 1.1, that's over 500,000, right? That actually maybe sold a house, but the top 20%, 220,000 agents. This is just US, okay? Then you got the next piece of advice. What does it take to be in the top 1%? To me, that's committed. If you're committed, you got to be committed to get in the top 1%. That means 11,000 agents. What do you got to do to be one of the top 11,000 agents in the country? That's a different type of advice. That's getting your ass plugged into calls like this. This is being held accountable. This is having less goals, not trying to do everything, trying to focus on one proven selling process. That is, developing the skills of sales, of negotiation, of of really starting to be, really good at marketing, that's committed. Then the final piece of advice that you need, the 0.1%, the top 1,100 agents in the country. What type of advice do you need to be one of the top 1,100 agents in the country? That's obsessed. You ain't breaking the top 1,000 in real estate if you ain't obsessed, period. And that's just, you wake up, you go to sleep, you're thinking about marketing, you understand your market conditions, you know what's real, what's not real. You ain't listening to, yeah, you got this, just show up. Yeah. No. Like, you're seeking, like you're like always questioning everything. You're curious, you're moving around, you're looking what's working, what's not working. You're looking outside of the industry to apply with what's working. You're just obsessed with marketing. You're just obsessed with marketing. You're just obsessed with marketing. Because remember, it's not the best real estate agent that wins. And you don't get to be one of the top 1,000, 1,100 agents in the country by just focusing on being an agent. It just doesn't happen at all. So that's where I challenge you guys. Understand where you're at, right? Hey man, I'm just interested. Cool. Top 220,000. Okay. Well, what does that mean? Right? What does that mean in your marketplace? How many transactions is that? Man, I'm cool. I'm interested. I'm showing up, based upon that. I'm doing the thing. Now, man, I want more. I want to be the 1%ers. Okay, great. Then you better be committed. And what does commitment look like for you? And remember, I don't believe you commit and figure it out. I believe you figure out what you want, you reverse engineer, and you ask yourself, is that something I'm willing to commit to? And then the obsessed, it doesn't matter. Like, I want to be top 1,100. You have a competitive drive. You have a hunger. Like, you want to stomp on throats. Like, you want to dominate. That's obsessed. So just figure out where you want to play, and being able to navigate through, through those terrains and ranks. I mean, when I started connecting those dots, and then, Joel pointing that out, I was like, damn, it's so spot on. Right. And you think about that within our industry and what it takes to be at that level.